welcome to episode 36 of Bitches of Horror.
And this week we have the films that have been sent to us. Special.
Yes, especially for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these people asked us to review them and watch the movies and tell us what we think. Or tell them what we think.
So we did.
Yes. And we're going to start with Behind the Cross by Tommi Karminen.
Yes.
It's from Finland.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie is in English and Russian.
And it was released in 2012.
Yeah. And this was originally sent in to us for a trashy film, but we watched it and thought this isn't really trash. It's more of an underground.
Yeah, so we didn't want to categorize it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And awesome artwork for the cover.
Very, very well done.
So cool. I really loved the artwork. And I think he made it himself, his own design.
Talented.
Yeah. This is a movie about a priest?
Yeah, a priest with issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tries to run away from those issues, but they catch up to him eventually.
Evil has a tendency to catch up with you.
Yeah.
And this is really it really has the essence of the underground extreme horror cinema. It starts off with a
bang.
Yeah.
Good screaming. Yeah, very good screaming.
Yeah, it was a really cool intro to it. And I don't know who does the narration of it. Like, there's that voice who narrates, and his voice is really good. It's really cool.
Yeah, you know, when you have a strong narrative voice, you know that the film is going to be good.
Yeah.
It sets like a special tone. Like when you hear Vincent Price, you're like, oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it really does. Like, if you have a really good voice for it, it really sets the mood. Like, it can bring a movie up so much.
Yeah, I mean, even if the movie
voice
would have been bad, you would just want to listen to the voice anyway.
Yeah. Some really cool costume design in this as well.
Yeah, like
the
very
killer.
cool mask. I always appreciate cool mask. Like that can give one more point to the rating for me.
Yeah, the mask was really cool. That was like when he came out with the costume on and everything. I was just like, oof, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. And very good use of camera angles to help with the horror effects and the atmosphere. Very well done with the editing also.
Yeah, there's some really beautiful scenes in this. Like there's the red is used.
Red and like
good use of the red color.
Blue windows, good mix of color.
That kind of gives you these like creepy feelings. Like it really sets tone to the scenes, and how like disturbing and how evil it actually is. I wasn't like expecting that much from this film. I'm usually underground horror movies. Like I really love watching them, but a lot tend to be really bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So going into this, I was like, oh, maybe it'll be bad, but it was actually good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Pleasant surprise.
And I think Tommy was a little bit nervous because
well, any filmmaker would be
of course
nervous.
It's hard as well. I've said it 10 million times. I don't like saying bad things about films, but sometimes it has to be said.
Yeah, but nothing bad about this one though, for me. So yeah.
No, it was a good length as well. Like if it was longer, maybe it would have like been too like draggy and everything. But it was a good length. Yeah. It's about 40 minutes, a little less maybe, like 37 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. So I would give it an 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, cool.
That's good.
Yeah. And most of our films today are short films.
Yes.
Except one.
Which is the next one.
Yes.
It's just Själanöd. It's a Swedish film.
Spiritual agony.
I've never actually heard this word in Swedish.
Me too. Like, thank you for learning a new word.
Själanöd. I was like,
wow.
Oh, I've never heard that. But then again, my Swedish is pretty bad. This came out 2014 by Jonas Hansen and Robin Möller.
Yes.
They both directed it, and Jonas Hansen also plays the
main character.
Yes, Eric. And this movie is about drugs. It's basically a psychedelic drug trip.
Like, don't do drugs, kids.
Then yeah, it's a good movie to like show your kids and be like, this is what happens when you do drugs.
And then they will never do drugs.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Unless they're into that.
Yeah.
This movie also starts out with like a pretty disgusting scene with throw up, your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it like
Vomit.
continues throughout the film. So
Yeah.
awesome.
And it looked pretty real, so I'm guessing it's real. I think there was a little bit too much usage of the vomit. It felt a little bit like Vomit Gore Trilogy again. Watching it again. It like sometimes it didn't really bring anything to the story. It was
more for like
shock effect,
value.
yeah. And that's fine for a few scenes, but like if you do it too much, I just feel that, you know,
It loses the shock.
yeah.
value.
And I'm just like, okay, just throw up and get on with it.
But since I dislike vomit in film so much, I am always disgusted by that. So yeah, good job on the disgusting thing.
I'm too like dead inside to care
Yeah.
anymore. Vomit Gore almost had me at like the third
Almost.
film, but
no.
even when I'm watching the fourth film while pregnant, it didn't. When I was still sick, you know, it didn't really do that much. It was fine.
Like the tripping scenes were.
Yeah,
good.
like some of the drug scenes were really good. Like when he was tripping or you know was having a bad experience with the drugs and whatnot. They were filmed
Kinda
really
realistic,
cool.
yeah.
I know it's really hard to like find drug-like material, but the drug, you know, usage, it looked like flour, but I'm not sure if it was, and it's hard, but especially for an indie like film like this with probably a really low budget, it's really hard to like make your own fake cocaine.
You just grab the first flower
Yeah.
you have and yeah.
I also wonder though, like when they sniff it, did they actually like
Sniff.
sniff the flower? That's like nasty and stuff. I've always wondered like that in movies, like when they do drug scenes, if it's real drugs, or it probably isn't real drugs, but like when they do like flour, whatever they use, what they use, like actually put up their nose.
Maybe it depends on how they cut it and film it. If they have like a straw, maybe they like just film the half the straw so you don't see where you sniff from, so you
Yeah.
can sniff from air.
I'm just wondering. And there was also a scene where he was cooking when he was high, and I was like, that was like the worst experience ever. I would never, ever want to eat anything from someone who's cooked high. Like, on what he was doing as well. You know, if you smoke or whatever, that's fine. Usually you can manage to cook.
Yeah, you can
But,
be
like,
functional.
You know, when you're all drugged out your mind, you just don't know what you put in there. Extra seasoning and whatnot.
Yeah. I have to admit though, the like last scene or towards the end, that was kind of good.
The end scene was really good.
Kind of shocking. That,
Yeah.
like, what happened? What? That was a good effect also.
Yeah, this film, you know, we discussed it before we started filming this, but it's, we feel that it's a little bit too long. Like this movie should have been shorter because there are a lot of scenes that were kind of dragged,
Fillers.
you know, they dragged out, or you know, too many vomit scenes, or just too long of a conversation scene that wasn't really necessary. And I also felt that some of the characters, his sister's boyfriend, in the beginning, he was like full on mental, like he had like no functionality of mentalness. Like he was trying to pour milk into his coffee and he just like poured it on the side. And I was like, okay, he's
Like,
mentally
maybe
challenged, which is fine. You know, he's, you know. And then they have him over for a dinner party and then he's just like talking like normal. And I was like, what? Wasn't he like full?
Maybe he was high.
I don't know, but like I was just like, first he can't like pour milk, and now he's like fully functional. What's going on with that? And that was something that was like inconsistent, which I didn't really understand, and also like a little bit over the top. I don't know. That was my feeling of it. I didn't really have a strong sense of character.
But the concept was good. Like the idea for it was good.
Yes. I love I love like these druggy movies. I don't know why, but it's like
anything can happen.
yeah, but it's kind of like a psychic, you know, just like psychosis sort of thing, and you know, you kind of, you know, it gets deep and you know,
yeah.
and he's like he's Eric, the main character. He's depressed, basically, and he turns to drugs. And he has a friend who doesn't do drugs or doesn't drink or whatnot, and he's trying to, like, help him, but he's just like, oh, fuck this guy, why is he being so boring and whatnot? And I'm thinking a lot of people can relate to this, like, having a friend who's, like, been all drugged out of his mind and you're trying to help the person, but you can't do it. Or the other way around, you've been the person who's trying to help someone, and it's really hard.
Yeah.
So in that perspective as well, it's, like, really, like, socially...
it's relatable. Very relatable. Yeah.
Another thing was the sound. Sometimes it was... I'm not sure if it was just the version we were watching or if it was like that in the actual film, but sometimes the sound, like when they were talking, it was just normal, like talking, and then all of a sudden, the volume went really low and you couldn't hear anything. Yeah. And I'm not sure if that was a part of the movie or if it was just a mistake, or I wasn't really, it was weird, like the volumes of
maybe we can find out later.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's an interesting...
Yeah, and always interesting, fun to find more horror films from Sweden, actually.
Exactly, yeah. And I see, both Jonas Hansen and Robin Möller, I think they could do some really good stuff in the future. They have the right mindset.
Yeah,
and this SFX scene in the end was really good, and they had some really nasty scenes. They had one that was really bad.
They can obviously do nasty.
They can do shock, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, they need to make a real gore film. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. So,
you have anything to add?
No, I think I'm done.
So good. What's your verdict?
My verdict? Actually, I think I will give it a 5 out of 10.
Same.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's move on to our last 2 short films, which kind of connect.
Yes.
So,
Hades and Ptolemy.
Yeah.
And Ptolemy is spelled with the TLMEA. Were respectively 2014 and 2015?
2015 and 2016.
Ah, sorry.
Release dates.
Yeah, release dates,
filming was correct.
And this was made by Kevin Kopacka, and it's from Germany.
Yes.
And this was also a druggy
like a dream experience. Yeah.
Hades is about a girl who goes through the 7 rivers of Hades? 5 rivers of Hades.
Representing
her relationship.
Like, her relationship.
And this was really... I really enjoyed it. It was really... It's really different. Yeah.
Really beautiful. Like dreamy, and just the music and every kind of sound. Because there's no dialogue, so every sound is enhanced the feeling and atmosphere. And it was amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was really cool. And the coloring in this film, or both these films, are really, really good. It's what it's all about, basically, these films.
Yeah,
the
lighting.
Just, lighting and the
just
colors.
Mood. Yeah.
And this is based on the short story by H.K. Dewitt. And he actually produced the Ptolemy short film. The only thing I had, like, with the first one, Hades, is that some of the music I didn't really like. And some of it I loved. Like, it was like... That was mixed emotions for me.
There was a song towards the end that was really mood-setting and really awesome.
Yeah, the ending was really good.
And performed by Kevin, it said.
Oh, yeah, he scored all the music.
Yeah.
He did a lot in the first film. He, like, produced it, wrote it, directed it, did the screen, or the score for it.
Talented guy, definitely.
Really. It also gave me a bit of, I think it was Ptolemy that gave me a bit of a Videodrome vibe. With the TV and everything, and that was something that really, like, I was like, oh, that's like a little bit, it was a little bit David Cronenberg, it was very artistic and emotional.
Yeah.
The second one isn't the same, it's the same character, or same actors, but it's about the 9 levels of hell. Yeah,
2 undercover cops, like, they caught in a dream kind of state where they have to, like, descend into the 9th level of hell.
Yeah,
it's called the Ptolemy.
So this one actually had dialogue.
Yeah,
and it was
it's not as, it's still dreamy, but not as dream-esque as the first one, because there's dialogue and...
That was definitely a made-up word.
Yeah.
Dream-esque.
I love
like
making
it.
up words.
I like it.
Yes.
I like dream-esque.
We'll have to do a video of all our made-up words.
We need a dream-esque special.
Yeah, Bitches of Horror Dictionary.
Yes. It was actually like the second film, Ptolemy was like having a psychosis. I was watching it and I was like, this is messed up. Like, you know, you're just like kind of like spinning.
Yeah, and the editing like fitted that.
Yeah.
Because you're like, first you were here, and then you were completely else, and then you were back, and you were like, oh, wow.
And the main actress, Anna Heidegger, she was so beautiful.
Yeah, wow.
And like her eyes, like just her
popped,
emotions,
really.
yeah, just her facial expressions were really
on point.
Yeah. And also with the main actor, Chris Kotzen, him as well. Like, he had a really special look. Like, he kind of looked like a douchebag, you know, a little bit. Like in the first one, in Hades, when he was sitting on the couch, you're just like, damn, this guy is a bad man. Which, you know, it really fit really well. Yeah. But then in the second one, he had kind of a different character, so it was really cool to like see the differences between that. And there's coming a third one because it's actually part of a trilogy.
Yeah,
trilogy.
Really cool.
A trilogy.
A trilogy. Yeah,
that's a great and you know, movie anthology name.
A new subgenre.
Copyright that.
Trilogy. Yeah.
Trilogy. But yeah, this is definitely something to check out. I don't think Ptolemy is out for the public yet, but Hades is. So you can watch that on Vimeo, and we'll definitely post that on the info box below. Overall, I don't know, I think they probably have the same score for me. Like, I want to see them as like a set and not like separate. One, yeah, so for me, it's always hard. I think an 8.5 out of 10.
I'll give them both as 1 and 9 out of 10.
It was really interesting. And I don't want to say, like, it's from Germany.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really feel like it's from Germany.
No, it doesn't.
It feels like I don't know, but like most of the German films I've watched is like Curse of Dr. Wolfenstein, Necrophile Passion. Yeah, it's all like nasty necrophile gore.
Cannibal.
What you think of Germany, you know, like nastiness, and that's really good too. But this film was something really different.
Yeah. Can't wait for the third one.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Thank you, Kevin, for this experience.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's it for our special.
Yeah, and we also have an announcement that Everlasting is now on video on demand.
Yes, you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, a movie we reviewed in one of the earliest episodes of British Horror.
Which is also a quite different film, and it has different elements, not just horror, but horror, drama.
It's like everything.
Mystery, very interesting and beautiful movie. So definitely check it out. You can check out our review as well of it, but it's a really good film, so watch it.
Definitely.
Support your horror.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we will. So thank you for watching.
Yes, and like, share, and whatnot.
Yes.
And stay horrific. Bye.
Bye.